Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go ahead and actually review a Tubi series to see how it stacks up to the movies. We reviewed a few movies here and I really want to go and actually see what's in some of these series. Now, the one that I chose to go and actually review is one that actually premiered on March 5th and it's called Be Someone. So if that sounds intriguing to you and you think you might want to go ahead and actually just get a little bit of taste on that, go ahead and actually click like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. But you know what? I'm going to do the review for you anyways because I like you like that. So Be Someone premiered on Tubi on March 5th and it has 4 episodes to it, each episode roughly about 45 minutes. Now this is actually meant for crime drama fans. This is a very much in the realm of kind of like The Wire or Power in regards to its presentation and its target audience. So if those are the types of shows that you vibe with, that's the type of target audience that they're looking for with Be Someone. Now for me, I like crime dramas, okay? Even some of the bland ones that are just kind of like comfort food and really like it, and I understand they're formulaic or what have you. But if they're told in a compelling way, have good actors, and good stories, I can totally vibe with that. So in this particular review, I'm going to consider myself a main, and then I will go ahead and actually do a little bit of the verdict for the casual fans and get into that. So trying the Tubi series is what I actually concluded is that the series is actually a little bit better than the movies. Now the bar is a little bit low. I hate to criticize a whole platform, but original content for Tubi is maybe not necessarily their forte. They go and actually bring a lot of things on our platform that are throwback things that we've already seen and we know that we like and all that kind of good stuff. A lot of free content on Tubi, but there are some original content and we want to go and actually give it a fair shot to see, hey, is this something that the average casual streamer would want to watch? So in Be Someone, we have a storyline of an ex-high school football superstar, Lavelle Sanders, finds himself struggling to keep his family afloat in a struggling economy. Days away from foreclosing on his house, he's forced to make a decision that may change his life forever. Now that's the official one. I'm going to go and actually give it a little bit more of a breakdown. So basically we have a downtrodden ex-football player, Lavelle, that's played by Jamal Dennis, and he's making bad decisions with the Mexican drug cartel. And they either want their money or him to assist with jobs. It's one or the other. If you can't pay us, you need to go and actually help out with jobs. Now he can't pay them back, so on the job he goes. Now he gets caught up in a drug deal gone wrong and now he's stuck in a situation that he can't get himself out of. So that's the premise of Be Someone. He's the main protagonist in one story. There's also a story that's running parallel with that. Because meanwhile, we go and actually have a beat cop, Tanika, played by Tisha Campbell, who is trying to make detective. But she's been blacklisted in the police department because she dared to say publicly that police brutality is bad. In her duties as being a beat cop, she may have the key to giving the break in the case for solving a situation that occurred during the bad drug deal that Lavelle was involved in. So those are the facts of the 2 stories within the first 2 episodes, and those are the storylines that are running parallel to each other through this series. So my mains are going to be looking for great storytelling first. If you're a crime drama fan, that's what you want, is a great story. Now unfortunately this series is all over the place when it deals with the story. They set up scenes with like little to no context and it's a little feel from scene to scene, meaning that it's kind of jarring of how you get to the next scene. There's not an organic storytelling that goes on with this. Now if we're telling the story of an ex-football star, you kind of have to show me something to empathize with. He's got a beautiful family, but how does he lose his job? You know, what was he going actually doing before that? Because there's definitely a gap in there for him not carrying, not having the money or what have you, and we want to go and actually see that. Now, is he just bad at managing money? Who knows? You know, why did his friends set him up to borrow from a cartel? Because he actually borrows money from a cartel and then blames his friend for going actually doing that. Like, okay, how did that happen? Why is this his only option? Again, where's his connections? People that he was friends with? I don't know. Give me some context here. We really just don't get a whole lot of stories or organic storytelling here for us to know what's going on. Now, if you flip on the other side of the other story with the story of the beat cop, we just don't believe that she's a beat cop. She has no partner. She's a lone female police officer riding around in Houston in a white police Charger. Just, it's not her particular position, and what she's doing is not believable. Now, I understand that the lone aspect of it has been set up because of her thing with the police department and things like that, but a major city like Houston, having a female cop to go and actually have an expensive car for police to go and actually ride around, and she's solo in there, I just can't believe that a police department would go and actually do that. And looking at Tisha Campbell, who she is, and looking at her trying to be the veteran cop, it doesn't work. It's not believable. It's probably because she's too not recognizable with face, but I just don't go ahead and actually feel it. The other part of the storytelling that's a little weird or jarring in this particular series is that from episode 1 to episode 2, there is a year time jump. And we go ahead and actually, within each episode, there's even time jumps and time shifts or whatever. And so you're having to keep up of, okay, how much time has elapsed? Where are we going with this? How we have to figure these things out through and through. And then what impact does that have on the story? That's just not a good way to go ahead and actually move a story forward if you're not really telling me why have we done this much time jump? What's changed on there? Why do these people look the same on there? What's actually it's just a very jarring type of thing. The other aspect of things is that we actually do have some unnecessary scenes that take place in both episodes, the first 2 episodes. It's just one of those things where you're just like, I don't understand why that scene was in there, and it doesn't really add anything to the narrative. So that's what we actually have in the storytelling aspect of that. So we can't hang our hat on the storytelling as mains. But what about the acting and writing? Because sometimes that can go ahead and actually lift up the story. Unfortunately, this is another no-go. Now, Tisha Campbell is the best actor in this, and she's average at best. Probably because the direction and the script are bad, and she doesn't really get anything to glob onto or what have you. Khalil Kane plays the assistant DA, and he happens to be Tisha's husband in this, and he's average as well. So he actually is another famous face for those of you that recognize him. He would be Raheem from Juice. But those are your 2 best actors in this, and they're average. They're really not bringing it in this, and everybody else who is outside of that is just not good. They're below average at the best. Now, some of these people it's on the dialogue, because I don't care how good of an actor you are, if dialogue is horrible, it's just horrible. And there's courting lines all over this script, all over this series, just things that it's almost impossible to deliver them in a convincing way. And then when there are some good pieces of dialogue, then they're kind of delivered in a stilted or inorganic way. Just not great overall. For a casual viewer, you have to have something to really pull you in. You have to have a compelling story. You're going to have star power, something that's got to go ahead and actually latch onto for a crime drama in order for you to want to watch it. So this one is a crime drama set in a major city, which is Houston, and it's about a ex-athlete and a beat cop's perspective. They're not nuanced. There's no nuance in telling these particular stories. There's nothing special about them. There's nothing stand out to make you want to tune in as a casual viewer. It's not much to hang your hat on for a casual viewer either. So what's the verdict? You could probably go ahead and actually tell. For both mains and casuals, this is a skip it. I had hopes for it when I saw Gina and Raheem, because that's what I'm going to call them, with Tisha and Khalil on there. I had kind of hopes when I saw that they were on this. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be decent. But they're kind of mailing it in, and I can't blame them. The storytelling is all over the place. The other actors are below average at best. The script is bad. Even the locations of the scenes are like subpar. Just kind of tell you low budget, not a lot of money into this. This is not entertaining enough to spend time streaming when there are so many other decent choices available for you out there, whether of past or present. Just not a whole lot to hang your hat on. So unfortunately, it's a skip it for all audiences for Be Someone on Tubi. You stayed for the entire time. I appreciate that about you. This was a review, reviewing Tubi stuff, so I know not everybody goes and actually tunes in Tubi. So I appreciate you. I love you for it. Matter of fact, because you stayed this long, I think you wanted to actually click like, share, subscribe for me. But if not, that's all right. Maybe I'll catch you another time. But until my next stream, take care of yourself. I'll holler at you. See you later.